Welcome to Political Roundtable, a platform where we discuss politics, governance, and community development, as well as how leadership impacts the people. My name is Ukorebi Esien, and today we'll be looking at something very critical that affects both you and me and the common man, especially those in our grassroots, local government governance. And to discuss this with me, especially how it concerns the elections at the local government level, is the chairman of the Cross River Independent Electoral Commission, Honorable Ekong Boco. Welcome to the program, sir.
Thank you very much.
All right. So this is CROSIEC, and you've conducted your first election. That was in 2023,
Yes.
if I'm not mistaken. 2024.
224.
2024.
Yes.
2024.
Yes.
And so going forward after the elections, I believe a lot of things must have taken place, must have happened in the commission. And so what do you have to say about the commission? What are we looking at? So far, so good.
Thank you very much, my brother Ukorebi. The commission, since we came in, we conducted the first election, just like you rightly said. That was in 2024, and we have been on within what we have been able to do.
Okay.
We are still trying to put the commission and position the commission right, in preparation for our next election.
Okay.
Now, we had some staffs that were recruited into the commission.
That's after the election.
After the election.
Okay.
And then graciously, His Excellency approved their payment, and they were properly engaged in the Cross River State Civil Service.
Okay.
Now, since they came on board, we need to put them through. Number one, most of them have never been in service.
Okay.
Therefore, they need some administrative touch in order to bring them up as proper civil servants.
Okay.
Number two, coming into CROSIEC, which is an EMB, they need also to be brushed so as to know what it entails for you to work in an EMB.
Okay.
It's not like the normal civil service where everybody goes to push files. This is a special body which is carved out just to process and conduct elections.
Okay, so
Therefore,
when you
these
say
persons,
when you say EMB,
yes,
for the purpose of our viewers,
Yeah.
so I think we just want to know what
EMB is simply election management body.
board. Okay. Or body.
Therefore, so people that are coming in there need to be brought up properly to understand the rudiment
Okay.
of this organization.
Okay.
Now, it's on this ground that we are planning to go out on the 10th of August
Okay.
to give them proper training, or at least give them the introduction part of why they are in an EMB.
EMB. Okay. Okay. So now this training will cut across the code and conduct of the civil service bureau, and also it will also cut across how to manage elections properly and all that.
Yes.
So looking at the just concluded or the just passed Electoral Act, will portions of this Electoral Act be part of the content of the training?
Of course.
Okay.
Really, what we're trying to do with them is first of all give them an introduction.
Okay.
Introduction into the administrative processes of a civil service.
Okay.
Most of them came in there just from outside the civil service. They have never been in civil service before.
Okay.
Therefore, they need to have an induction so as to understand the do's and don'ts
Okay.
as a civil servant.
Okay.
Then we will also go to the next training, which is supposed to handle the electoral process itself.
Okay.
Now, in that regard, we want to also introduce them to some aspects of the electoral process
Okay.
that they will be able to understand how we run elections.
Okay.
Not only conducting election, but there are processes before the election.
Okay.
They must get to know this
So
thing.
that is before,
Because
after, before, during, and after
yes,
elections, all the processes.
because they are supposed to be our representative at the very local government areas.
Okay.
Because we're talking about electoral officers, we're talking about sister electoral officers, we're talking about store officers and other cadres of the commission that are in that level.
Okay.
So they need to know what to do. The chairman cannot be in all the local government at the same time.
Exactly.
So if somebody is there representing the chairman, he must know what is expected of him or her to do.
Okay, so talking about those offices, the electoral officers, the storekeepers, and all that, I don't know if you could mention those offices again. Then, in all, how many are there that will be trained?
Well, we're talking about electoral officers, we're talking about assistant electoral officers, we're talking about store officers, we're talking about the other clerks in the office, the supportive clerks in the office. But then we're talking about 85 persons in all across the state.
Okay, so with this, during the elections, will you still need ad hoc staff?
Of course, ad hoc staff has their own rule.
Okay.
But the basic thing is that the electoral officer must understand his or her role.
Okay.
Without which he or she cannot
guide
the ad hoc staff.
Okay.
So the training continues in different levels.
Okay.
You know, now is their turn. This is just an introduction anyway.
Okay.
It's just an introduction because
there
will be certainly by next year.
Okay.
By next year, God's willing, from as early as March, we'll start different levels of election training, including the understanding of the legal framework, because the commission is guided by laws. They must be able to understand those laws, what they are supposed to do and what they are not supposed to do, when they are supposed to do them and when not. Because if you don't know this, you are not guided properly by the law, then you will certainly mislead the public.
Okay, so talking about next year and the elections, how prepared is CROSIEC for the next phase of the election, the local government elections?
It's part of the preparation that we are beginning.
This training?
Yes, part of the preparation is why we are beginning now. Because by the end of this, towards the end of this year, we'll certainly call out for pools.
Preparation for parties to start preparing
for their
nomination of candidates and all that.
We will certainly bring out notice of elections.
Okay.
By the end of the day, because by the Electoral Act, we are supposed to give 300 days.
Okay.
So by the end of this year, we're expected to bring out the notice of pool.
Okay.
So it's part of our preparations already. That next year will be an election year for us.
Okay.
So we'll certainly notify the public when that time comes.
Okay. So,
but for now, we are just concentrating on the training which is taking place on Monday.
Okay.
Which is the 10th of August, 2026.
Okay. So you've conducted one election.
Sure.
And another one is coming.
Yeah.
Are there lessons learned?
Oh, yes.
You want to upgrade or see how you can manage in these forthcoming elections?
Sure. In every election or in every outing that you have, you must certainly have lessons learned. Because it is based on the lessons learned that you are going to improve on your next outing.
Exactly.
So as a commission, we have deliberated much on these lessons that we have learned out of the previous outing.
Okay.
And we are putting them into our next outing that we are preparing for. Okay. So certainly there are lessons learned.
Wow. Let's just go back to the training. Are you bringing facilitators outside, or do you have internal facilitators?
No. We are bringing facilitators, one from University of Calabar.
Okay.
And the other one from the INEC.
Okay.
Because when we talk about electoral process, it's not for everybody. It's for those who actually knows. So we're looking at bringing somebody from INEC. Okay,
so who are actually professional enough to handle electoral matters.
Yes, of course.
Okay. How do you manage those IPAC and all those accusations?
We have a very smooth relationship with IPAC.
Okay.
They're very supportive in our last election.
Wow.
And we still look forward to that same support or even more in the coming elections.
Okay.
We'll soon be in an engagement with them when we reel out our timetables.
Okay.
We'll have certain engagement that will be engaging with political parties.
Okay.
And IPAC, of course, will be very
The center.
much at the center of these discussions. And also, in our outings, we're also preparing ourselves that in every outing that we want to go, certainly IPAC will be among.
Okay.
See that why we couldn't invite IPAC into this training now is because this is mainly
For the staff of the commission. Okay.
That's the reason. Cross-Riverians must know and understand that CROSIEC is still alive. CROSIEC is still working for the commission, for the state,
okay.
and that CROSIEC is in charge of the local government election.
Okay.
And please, when we go out for election, we call out. We don't want people to stay out. Do not say because you voted in the general election or conducted by INEC, when CROSIEC comes out to call you to come and elect your own councillor. That is the person that you see every day, because that's the person that is in your ward. Their local government is the one that you see every time, because that's the one that is in charge of your local government.
Okay.
So please, when the time comes for local government election, come out en masse. We want to see people come out. Let the people that come out, it shows and brings out the integrity of that election.
Yeah.
So we need people to come out. When you stay out of it, it's like you are saying that you are not trusting, or you are not interested in what CROSIEC is doing.
Okay.
But CROSIEC is open to everybody, and we want everybody to understand.
I'm sure you will.